Hey everyone, Imperial Grunt. Wanted to share with you a diorama making video. I'm using this stuff right here. It's called Foamular, and it's from Owens Corning, and it's basically foam. It's very, very cool. You can carve with this stuff. I mean, it's really, really cool. I like it better than the styrofoam that I've used for years. Less work. But when the video started, you saw the diorama that I've just completed using this stuff. I love this stuff. So wanted to just share some of my steps and some of the things that I'm learning from using this board. Number one, it's very easy to cut and carve with, much easier than this stuff. Just make sure you always cut away from yourself. Be very careful when you're using a knife or anything like that. But what I'm making here to use with the Black Series and, you know, like the G.I. Joe figures, or I got this one handy, or like this Jazzwares cat figure. Then I want to make sets that are, you know, generic enough that I can use for Star Wars, G.I. Joe, Halo, all that other kind of stuff. And I'm also trying to make it multi-scale, because the diorama at the beginning of the video, that's primarily 1/18th, but I want to be able to use this as background in my photographs too, because anything other than my backyard. But this is on its side because I'm letting these floor panels, I glued them in and I'm letting them set in place. But this is going to go like vertical, okay? And so this is going to be more like a, well, it'll be a really awesome display base and great for photos. And I'm finding too that even putting it down horizontal like this, I could probably get some pretty cool shots this way too. But again, using the Foamular board, pink board, find it at Home Depot. I don't know where else to get it, but it's just I love it. You'll need an idea, maybe do some sketches or something like that before you start, you know, or you might wing it, you know, like I do. Let me set cat up in here so you can get an idea of scale. There you go. Yeah, that's gonna look awesome. But again, you need some kind of knife, box cutter, whatever. Always be careful. I use a straight edge metal ruler, of course the board, and but one of the things I'm learning is save your scraps. Because, you know, when you have a destroyed building, whatever, you know, it's not going to be clean on the inside. So I have a plan for using this stuff, and I'll make a video for that too. But save your scraps also. Like this was a mess up that I had, or anyway, that's going to make like a cool arch or something like that. Again, just having some fun with it. Don't want to waste any of this stuff. But again, some more scraps that will be spread out and things like that in the shots and all that. Now, this is a finished piece, okay? And again, I just made this generic so I could just set it up as a wall or whatever, floor, panel, whatever like that. But what I do is, after I get, well, we'll say the armature is put together, I'll take, let me get this. I'll take some sandpaper and kind of a high grit, okay? So it's kind of rough, not super smooth, but I'll take that sandpaper and go over the surface kind of lightly. It adds a little more tooth to the surface, and it'll add, you know, a little more realistic texture. Then when I finish with that, I'm gonna coat the entire thing with acrylic black gesso. Now, gesso isn't necessarily just like paint. Gesso has like, I don't know if it's plaster, but it's used primarily to prime canvases for painting. You know, it's been around for a while, but it's not as, it's chalkier than regular paint, and it's black, and it makes a wonderful ground. It fills up all the little spaces and things like that, and it's awesome. And, but it's expensive. You know, I guess because, you know, this is what, $7.99 a bottle. So, you know, make it work. So I'll paint the whole thing in the black gesso, let it completely dry. And then I'll come back and I use, and I'm just using the cheap paint you get at Walmart, the apple barrel. I'll use, and all matte colors. We don't want to use any gloss, but I'll use shades, patches of white. I like to use, what's this? Antique white. It's just a little more yellow, more like an egg color. Territorial beige. Awesome. This stuff is good for all your vehicles and all that too. And some khaki. And well, that's basically it. Well, what about black? Again, that's what I use, the black gesso. I'll keep a little bit of this in my tray as well if I've got to darken things up, whatever. Because as you can see by my floor here in my garage, concrete isn't just going to be a solid gray. There's a lot of nuance to the color. You know, as I'm just looking here, there's light values of blue and bluish gray, okay? I mean, it's there. It may not come through in the camera, but it's there. So what I'll do again is after that black gesso, I'll do several, you know, I just kind of take a brush like this, like a sponge brush or something like that. And I'll just put some white here, maybe some white there, come back with some khaki, maybe here, blend it a little bit. Then take some of the black gesso and kind of just mess it around a little bit. Again, you're just trying to make it look dirty and messy, you know, and you wouldn't think that making something look destroyed would be so hard, but it actually kind of is. So, but it should be fun. Always keep that in mind. But again, I just wanted to share with you what I'm working on. I'm going to put some more pictures of that 1/18 scale diorama that I just finished here at the end. Very happy with that. It's like it's lit the fire underneath my butt for making this stuff again. So everybody, thanks for watching, and I'll keep you posted as this thing goes. That other one that I'd started, I didn't like it because that, I used this blue stuff from Lowe's. This stuff is not as good. It just doesn't carve as well. I will never use this stuff again. I'm always going to use this foam Elar stuff. It's awesome. Anyway, Imperial Grind out. May the force be with you.